Are we ready for round 2? We're back with another episode of Skyblock. In this episode, I'll probably talk to you a little bit about that I've sorted the islands. I've added islands on the outer areas. I've also turned down the shaders a little bit. I feel like they were a little bit too bright, too in your face kind of shaders. We now have the different islands and the different seeds on them. Using the comments, appreciate Snipey letting me know to add dripstone in, so I added that one over there. We now have a melon, which I'm not sure if that grew in the last episode or if that grew while I was adding the islands and world editing this bit in. Also, side note, I removed the bedrock that was here. I hope you don't mind. There was a piece of bedrock there. And the newer Skyblock maps, they don't do that, but we still had it. So I ended up getting rid of it. I think it will help down the line in case we rebuild this whole area. I'm not quite sure. In fact, yeah, we're gonna eat this melon. It would have grew eventually, you know, so. Wait, do we eat it or do we make more melon? I'm not sure on the smartest answer to that one. I ate 2 to regen some health. Does that still regen health? Or is that not enough no more? I'm gonna turn this one into seeds. I'll get 1 seed from that. Maybe I won't. I'm gonna eat it. Maybe I shouldn't. We're gonna eat it. We ate it. Okay, let's continue with the cobblestone area around this. I want this completed circle done. So I think let's jump straight into a time lapse of that, because then I know that I'll get it done. Our current issue is how quickly we make cobblestone. And the fact that this generator is not the best for cobblestone. I don't know if there's a better one out there. Maybe I'll have a Google at the best cobblestone generator to get rates. Because most of that burns. I'm gonna Google that. They all look way too complicated, so let's just jump into a normal time lapse of us collecting the cobblestone. Throughout this time lapse, we actually ended up getting a couple of melons to grow and also a couple of trees. So by the end of it, we will be on full hunger and full health. I think we're going to prioritize creating an area for the melons once we've finished our inner circle. Okay, we have ourselves some cobblestone. We're going to turn them into slabs, and then I think we're going to do the inner circle, finish the inner circle, and then as well as doing the melon area, I want to focus on a tree area as well, so we can start getting our wood supplies up as well as our food supplies. We do have some spare, which if we get any more while doing the inner circle, we can add that to what we're going to use for seeds. I'm not sure which one of these islands we want to go to first. But for right now, I think we get our proper infrastructure up at the middle. For example, food and wood. That's about it for now. So it shouldn't take too long to get our infrastructure up. And then we can go venturing out to one of those. I did add obsidian in here because I realized an issue with the old world we were using. I didn't realize how wrong it was. A, it didn't have any islands, and B, it didn't have any way to get to the nether, and if you did get to the nether, it was a normal nether rather than a skyblock nether. This one does have a skyblock nether in there. I tested it to make sure. But let's go ahead and finish the inner circle. I'm not sure what happened to my shaders here, but I think it's a time-lapse setting I changed, so I'm going to try and fix that. I think I fixed the shaders. The issue I was having was I set it to time-lapse mode, which I think it made time-lapses or made it look like you were doing a time-lapse. I don't know, but I fixed it. I thought that would help while I'm making a time-lapse, not it just does a time-lapse by itself. I also fixed the water. I didn't realize, but the water was broken from when I weld edited this island back in. We now have the inner circle done. I'm trying to think which way I want to go first for the other islands. Maybe it's always good to go north. Always head north. So, which is judging by the sun. Definitely not because I just used F3. North is this way. So I think we go out this way to make a farm area plus trees. I'm trying to think of a design we could do for this whole thing. So this is 15 from the center. So maybe if we left a gap and then went maybe like 15, maybe 15 from here, and then we start the island. And if we do that on each side, then we can join them with an even bigger circle, and it would make like a something. Yeah, let's go out this way. I'll probably use the replay mod again just while I do this, or first person? Nah, let's use replay mod because it's much easier for me just building a line out. As you can see, I lied. So right here, I kind of decided that I wanted to at least have a temporary area to get some more food, get a better food source going. So I decided that on our main initial area, we're going to have some food, expand the tree farm and everything along those lines. Because by the time we actually end up getting out into the places where I want them to permanently be, it's going to be such a pain to get to that point that we might as well just start it now and then move it later once the areas are prepared for it. I ended up going with a slightly different design than the first one I had in mind for the platforms that initially leave the main island. I went with 3 oak slabs in the middle and then the usual cobblestone slabs around it. I think once we get down the line and we have a lot more of these platforms built, this might be a cool look to have. I also thought about some things we could do that could help us later on into the playthrough, and one of them was starting the grass being moved from the first platform to the second. Mainly because the later you start that task, the more annoying it can be. So if we start that now, by the time we get all our plants up over this area, we could potentially start trying to have some passive mobs to spawn there too. Maybe a cow. A cow would be great. Sheep, if we could get sheep spawning for a bed, that would be pretty cool. Ooh, we might actually have phantoms in this. I don't know if that's disabled by the world, because I know the world normally comes with its own Skyblock data pack. Turn some of the things off that you don't need. But if there are phantoms, we might have to hide throughout the nights. Oh, it's raining. We might have to hide throughout the nights until we do end up getting a bed. I'll have to have a think about the easiest mob spawner to have where we don't end up dying constantly to skeletons or creepers. So maybe this platform, or maybe we could build a temporary platform where only a couple mobs can spawn at once. Even so, skeletons would still be pretty dangerous for us. We'll have to have a think about that for a later episode, because I'm not sure if we're on day 3 yet, but I haven't seen a phantom. You guys will have to let me know if that's normally disabled or not, because if it's normally disabled and we do get them, I'll be more than happy to turn those guys off. But let's continue with a little bit more cobblestone collection, which is mostly going to be the early episodes is cobblestone collection, and then grabbing the trees whenever they're available. We are currently making more saplings than we're using, which is positive. I think currently we're down 2 saplings, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 of them going. We've got a ton of melons once these guys start growing up and start producing melons. Then we can move this one. We're going to move our storage somewhere else as well, because I think once we have the actual islands out, this middle one would be a great place to have the mob spawner. The mob grinder, because it will be the one that we're like almost always near, as long as we're on that slightly outer circle ring. So that would be really cool. Let's get some cobblestone and see how long left we have of the episode. Before we get the cobblestone, while re-watching the last part of the recording to see if there's any like mistakes or audio issues or anything like that, I just realized we haven't got seeds yet. We still have not started our seed farm. I realized when I said about the sheep and the cows, because I'm very intelligent me, I realized we can get leather armor if we kill enough cows. To kill enough cows, to kill enough cows, we have to breed cows. To breed cows, we need wheat. To get wheat, we need seeds, and I have not got any seeds yet. So let's hope we get some from this one piece of bone meal. I'm actually going to remove that for our best chances. Boom. I got 1. My intelligence is immense. Right, let's plan. Where do we want this? Let's put that here. Boom. We're going to start those growing. Oh, we've got some flowers as well that we can put in this chest. Let's get that tree. Let's get a little bit more cobblestone. And again, then we'll see how long we have left of the episode. Sometimes I'm pretty convinced that there's not much enjoyment left in Minecraft for me, but then I rewatched the clip of where I got a single seed and the amount of excitement I got from that. Just because it's an early game achievement, it's really hard to get that in a late game server. For example, we have a BTG SMP, which we stream over on the Twitch, but it's really hard to get those kind of achievements late game. You don't really get those like quick, exciting moments. It's more you spend 6 months on a build and then you get one screenshot from it and you're kind of like, that's a cool screenshot. For example, here's a screenshot of the build we're currently working on over on stream. That to me is awesome, but we started that April, on and off since April, but we started in April. But it just goes to show me that even like when I start a new world or little things like that, I'm still really enjoy this game and really enjoy playing it. Just as a little test, because I do wonder how many people actually watch the time lapses or whether they skip to the end of the video. If you're listening to this right now, drop a comment down below saying that the pig was definitely yellow or blue. Feel free to have an argument between yourselves. And let's see if we confuse anyone by doing it. Okay, so let's have a little recap of what we've managed to do today. We have moved the random bits of cobblestone over here. We have started our new melon farm over here so we can get some food while we work on our other projects. We've expanded the amount of saplings we've got growing at one time. Collected tons of cobblestone, placed a ton of cobblestone, collected more cobblestone. Started the expansion of the grass. This is the first one that started expanding. So that's going to hopefully go over... These are railings to stop me falling off, so I probably shouldn't play on them. We've also started the design that we're going to have for the platforms that are surrounded. So this is the inner circle. We've been calling it the inner circle most of this time. And then we're going to have more around it. So this one's the same size as that one here. Then we're going to have the same as this one on all four sides of this and join them up somehow. Maybe having little smaller platforms in between the bigger ones. So like a really big circle going around with a little one in the middle and then maybe even a bigger one behind it. Or if you want to be extra fancy, the one after this can be raised and that would probably look pretty cool. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to chuck it out to the replay mod just to give a little go around of what we've done so far, and then we'll be wrapping off this episode. But I am genuinely very excited to continue this series and see where we end up and, you know, relight that Minecraft spark. I have no idea what that is, ignore it.